Hi, this is Marie from Creations Photography and Design. I'm going to talk to you today about a little free app called Adobe Capture that can help you put in vectors and patterns and colors or anything else right into your libraries on your Adobe Creative Cloud, so you can use them for any of the full Adobe apps that use libraries. So let's open Capture, and this is where I left it last time. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to choose Camera. Now you can see I've been working here with an orange and yellow and brown fabric here. And this is some colors. So I'm going to take a picture of these colors. And I can either look at them as what they call swatches, and I want my brown to be a little darker, so I'm going to move the brown a little bit farther. And if I tap over here on the yellow, I want to brighten that up just a little bit. And if I tap over here on the orange, I think I want to make that just a little bit more orangey. Okay, so we'll save this, and we could look at it in color harmonies. That means we could drag things around and change the color on them. So we could make this more of a yellow perhaps. Or we could look at them, well, this is the image and these are the colors that are picked for each image. So we can save this. Let's see, I'm gonna go, well, X out of this, and here I have the gradients. I want to save this under colors, and I want to change the name of it. So I am going to tap the three little dots and rename as Yellow Tones. You can name them anything that makes sense to you. Okay, I want to go to Patterns. I'm going to tap Patterns, I'm going to go to the camera. And we can choose several different ways. This is like a square pattern, and you can see how it changes as I move. Now here I'm showing a little bit of my computer. Here's the pattern I've got on my computer. Now that's kind of a nice one. I'm going to tap that for now. And we can now go in to click the check at the bottom, and now we can go in and change the shape or change the angle of that way. I think we can also make it bigger or smaller. Nope, I can just move it around. It's kind of nice. And when we're ready to go again, we unfreeze it. Ooh, there's another nice one. But look up at the top here. If we click or tap on this little diamond shape, we can get kind of a hexagon thing here. And as I move it closer and farther, and depending where I'm looking at, a lot of this is off the computer. And as I move around the room, I'm just picking up all sorts of different patterns. Ooh, now I kind of like that one. You can see it's my hard drives. I'm going to freeze that one for a second. and save it. Then I'm going to go back and let's look at another pattern here. Let's look at this. It's a square with lots of lines in it. Looks like it'll get us mostly stripes. They're kind of diamond-shaped stripes, but they're stripes. Let's look here at this other hexagon with more lines in it. And now instead of the triangles, we are getting, whoops, I'm at the end of my cord here. So we can get these little hexagon patterns. And let's look at the last one, which is this square. I'm not sure I'm liking that, but it gives you an idea what we're going to go. So I'm going to just X out of this. And here's the two new patterns we've saved, pattern 5 and pattern 4. And I'm going to click on the patterns part, and then I'm going to rename this blue one here, and I'm going to call it Blue Clouds Pattern. Unfortunately, I cannot seem to talk and type at the same time. I'm going to save it. And then I'm also going to save this one. Whoops, don't want to do that. I want to go back. And I want to rename this one as Pattern Hard Drives. And save that as well. So these will go right to my Creative Cloud libraries, and I can use them in other programs. Hang on a minute and we'll switch over to Photoshop. Hey there, it's Marie again. We're back in Photoshop, and you can see here in my library the patterns that I captured earlier with Capture. We can also go ahead and look at the colors in my pattern libraries, and you can see some of the ones that we captured earlier off of that orange and brown striped paper. I have my libraries set up so they're different folders with different names. Okay. So, what would we use any of these patterns for? Well, let's start with this top layer here. And what I'm going to do is just drag a pattern over here. And you'll see that it covers the whole screen. Sorry about that, I lost my thought. Well, I only want it to cover that part where the little box is. So here we go, we can move it around, but you know, it isn't very attractive. So if I double click on this pattern fill, I can scale it up and down. Now here's the scale of 1. Oh, here we are, 16, that looks pretty good. What does 20 look like? Or perhaps 30. That's not bad. And we can link or unlink with the layer. It doesn't matter. We could go ahead and add a pattern. I don't want to do that. So I'll say okay, and I'll just scoot this up to where it's pretty even. Now let's go down to this next layer and pull in the blue that we captured. And we're going to go ahead and clip it to it, the layer below, by using Alt or our Option key, hovering the mouse at the line between and doing click. And again, we need to resize that. Now we can make it bigger, or we can make it a lot smaller. That doesn't look too bad. And the neat part is we can adjust it anywhere we want to use what we want. And these are infinitely adjustable even after you close the file and open it back up later. Now let's see. Let's look at this pattern. And we're going to put it in, and we're going to clip it to the layer below. And we could also go to Layer, Create Clipping Mask. And now we have the pattern in our text. Again, I think it's a little bit big. So let me scale that down. Maybe somewhere in there. Let me zoom in on that. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, I'll zoom back out then. So you can see we have lost our, I undid that. What did I have it on? I think 7. There we go. And now if we wanted to really make this snazzy, we'd come over here and maybe add a stroke in a dark brown. And we're going to have to make that size a lot smaller. Last time I used it, I made a really big stroke. So we can do some pretty neat things with these little patterns. I find it really nice to have all of these, the ability to put in patterns and use them for on anything. Scale up, scale down, and the fact that we can move them around and choose what we want to figure out makes it really nice. I'm going to go over to my library, and one of the things that you can capture are layer styles. So I'm going to eliminate this layer here that we just put on. And let's go here to this pattern and put on a layer style. Let's see what happens if we put pearls on it. You know, it's just like instant stuff. Here's silver. Of course, if you really wanted, like the instant stuff, you can go over here to your styles, and if you don't see it right out there, you can get it through the Windows styles. And let's see, I think this is, yep, that's the only one I haven't done anything to. So let's see what we've got. All sorts of styles in here. Let's see what this one says. It's sunspots. Oops. I guess it would be actually helpful if I had the layer. There we go. Let's try again. It doesn't do much. Well, that's quite fancy. It even gives you drop shadow. But anyways, just a quick way to get stuff from outside into your computer. Thank you, and have a great day.